For those of you that don't know what a burrito bowl is, first of all, you need to go to a doctor. You need to go talk to someone else. You need to go and figure, like, maybe you've just been melted from a block of ice. This is the planet Earth. The president is Joe Biden. Don't scream. But it's year 2023, all right? You don't got to order things off the television anymore. You actually get it on your phone. But a burrito bowl, if you know, it's normally just like, you take a burrito and you abort it. You do an autopsy on the burrito and you open it up and you spill its haphazard insides into a bowl. And the reason why you get that, because you're lying yourself about how healthy the bowl is versus the burrito.
It's a pile of burrito.
That is what I like. I get a bowl every once in a while. I'm like, I've been bad. But it's still the same thing. It's a lump of stuff. But it's a lump of stuff in a bowl. This woman received it from Chipotle, and she decided that it wasn't up to her standards of delivery. Aesthetically. She decided, this is what, I mean, if you've ever been to a Chipotle, there's the idea that you know you're about to shellac your own intestinal lining with pure diarrhea, and you're sitting here wondering, oh, like, I actually prefer a little bit of green here to break up the brown. And you're like, no, buddy, it's all turning into a light tan shooting out of your asshole in a splacking way anyway. Right? Back to shit.
Yeah, always.
Right back to shit.
Right back.
And so she didn't like the look of it, so she decided she would take it to the manager, and the poor manager, Emily Russell, just doing her job, was standing there to get in an argument, and you basically watch her pick up this burrito bowl from several people that were filming around her in a circle and throw this burrito bowl into her fucking face. Yeah. And it's very sad.
Yeah.
You do not do it.
Heavy on the sour cream on that burrito bowl.
It's almost like she ruined her own burrito bowl.
With extra sour cream.
Yes.
More.
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 I want it to look like Peter North was serving it to me. I want it to be spelunked with cum. But she threw it hard at her face,
She
too.
really did.
And so the judge has decided, in their wisdom, Judge Gilligan, decided that this is, again, this because it took place in Parma, Ohio. And he said, the judge, so you didn't get your burrito bowl the way you liked it, and this is how you respond? This is not Real Housewives of Parma. This behavior is not acceptable, nor would it be on the Real Housewives of Parma, which would be incredible.
What would the Real Housewives of Parma, Ohio be?
I don't know. I think it'd be one of them would definitely have their own nacho cheese line. But Judge Gilligan then said, "This is what she got 6 months in jail." She threw the fucking book at her, saying like, but if you want to reduce your sentence, guess what you get to do? If you put 20 hours a week for 2 months working at Chipotle, which I think is an amazing idea.
It's a great idea, but can you imagine working with this person? You're in your fast food restaurant, you're in your fast food job, which you probably don't enjoy a hell of a whole lot.
It's a job.
It's a job.
Yes.
It's just a job. You're trying to get through it. You're trying to get through your day.
But you'd be surprised, like Guy Fieri. You make your way through these various fast food empires. You can get skills. You can get skill sets. Like some places you still cook. Some places you still like. There's like a grill and there's stuff like, and you learn how to do that, and then you can take that to other places.
Sure, but I'm willing to bet the majority of fast food workers are just trying to get through the day.
I think
trying
so.
to
Yes.
get back home.
Oh yeah, I believe.
Yeah. And then this woman shows up, court appointed, and is just
it's like leg shackles. That'd be incredible with like a guard next to her, like a police officer.
You know what I'd do if I was the manager? Sit in the corner for 8 hours.
Watch me.
And just watch. Just don't fucking say anything.
Don't get in my fucking way.
Don't get in my way.
I got a rhythm here. Because you do. I imagine
of course. No, I worked in fast food. You absolutely have a rhythm. If you got somebody on that fucking pizza line that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing.
And she's a big ass grump.
Yeah, especially somebody who is obviously a pain in the ass.
Big perfect noise for this woman. If you look at her, it's a perfect noise for this woman. Where she's like, it's hot near the fryolator. And it's like, yeah, fucker. It is hot near the fryolator.
It's hot every day near the fryolator.
Because guess what I'm doing? I'm feeding goddamn America. I am out here doing what I gotta do, delivering fries in a timely, hot manner.
Goddamn right.
Yes, because again, we all like the fries. We're all trying to make it through. But you might be right.
Yeah, it's going to be more of a punishment for the people who work at the fast food restaurant than it. But that's the thing.
But I want you to get some appreciation. Have some appreciation for
He didn't even sentence her to working at Chipotle. He just sentenced her to work at a fast food restaurant.
Well, I honestly think, weirdly, Chipotle's kind of more high end.
Yeah, it is.
I think that she's kind of got to go. They're not a sponsor. Jack in the Box.
Nah.
Some shit ass Checkers.
Dude, yeah, Checkers. That's what I was gonna say. She's got to go below Jack in the Box.
You got to go
The only
Checkers.
thing that's below Jack in the Box is Checkers.
You got to be at a place where literally it's only next to a highway. It's only by an overpass. Like it is not. There is no sit down Checkers. There's no nice Checkers.
No.
As far as I know, we're about to get a flood of corrections.
I'm sure. No, I remember there's plenty of sit down Checkers in New York, in the city.
There is?
Yeah. There was one on Bushwick and Myrtle that we recorded the Cowmen. We recorded our album across the street from the Checkers.
But Checkers has good fries though.
They were fine, but the rest of it's not good. It was like there was the Checkers, and then right next to it was the Churches, and then there was the bootleg, the place, the
That's
bodega.
where she's got to go. Is at goddamn Churches. And because talk about not only. Because I feel like in those places too, is something like you go to Churches and you're working there. Not only is it extremely difficult, but everybody around you is going to be calling you like they're going to be roasting the living fuck out of you the entire time. Like you should just be brutalized by the most hardcore fast food experience at the airport. You need to work at it. That's where she's got to go.
Yeah, a fucking airport Burger King.
That is exactly where she needs to fucking go because that's hard.
No, airport Wendy's.
Even that just sent a chill up my spine.
The worst meal I've ever had in my life was like an airport Wendy's.
It's so hard because again, because it's an extremely hard job.
It is,
especially at the airport. So we'll see if she learns anything. I don't know if she'll get 3 separate ghosts that will arrive for her on Christmas Eve and like that. Wendy. A giant chicken from Chick-fil-A. Wouldn't that be incredible?
Actually, the cow. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, they eat more chicken cows.
Eat more chicken cows, yeah.
Those guys, yeah. And each one convinces her, shows her the errors of her ways. And then Dave Thomas shows up at the end, being like, do you want to end up sent back to the orphanage like I did, Wendy? What?
I would think that the Grimace would show up and just smother her to death. Just sit on her face until she dies.
I didn't know. I didn't know. So, yes, hopefully she does learn.
Let's hope.
Let's talk about somebody who learned nothing. And this is... it's hard to throw judgment, right? You don't want to throw just... People spend a lot of money on weddings because I think there are some people that believe it's the only time they will experience either this level of attention or it's a celebration of themselves or it's like... It's just wild, right? Like the amount of money. And like I think the more money that goes up in a wedding, the more you're like, what are we trying to prove here?
Yeah.
Right? Like really what's up here? Because it kind of is supposed to sort of be about your love.
Yeah.
And I feel like you could spend a lot of money in a lot of other places, blah, blah, blah. But this wedding deserves whatever judgment you want to throw at it.
Oh, without a doubt. The wedding is attached to a crime, of course, but the wedding went viral not too long ago. It was a 5-day-long wedding. Like it was a wedding that actually lasted 5 days, not like 5 days, but the wedding itself was 5 days long. It occurred in Paris.
This is crazy.
And it was, of course, the people that were the perpetrators of this fucking crime, of course, they're Dallas-Fort Worth people. Dallas-Fort Worth people for the rest of Texas, like Dallas-Fort Worth people, it's a town of people pretending like they're not from Texas.
See, I love
also being from Texas.
We
but
have
also
a great crowd in Dallas.
We have an amazing crowd in Dallas-Fort Worth. I'm talking about these rich motherfuckers like this, the kind who spend $59 million on a wedding.
You heard that absolutely correctly.
$59 million. You people who live in Dallas-Fort Worth, you know exactly who the fuck I'm talking about.
Car dealership heiress, Madeleine Brockway, 26 years old, sounds like it. And so she had a big-time TikTok account that kind of documented this. And I know it was for content, but just the idea of like that amount of money, which could have gone anywhere. Like, you're talking multiple homes that you could have purchased versus doing this. But
59 nice homes.
I guess it brings people to your TikTok, and that's kind of why maybe that was kind of run as this is an investment. But we're not even at the crime yet. But this is so she made this when it was $59 million. So this is just so you can even hear why we're even the attention that came to her. So Brockway is the daughter of Bill Ussery Motors CEO Robert Bob Brockway, which I guess he runs many different car dealerships across the country.
Bob Brockway.
And he was not reached for comment.
No.
So millions of people watched online videos. This is now according, we got this from the Daily Beast. And this is the November 18th wedding. This is what was happened at it. Maroon 5 played live. A rehearsal dinner at the Palais Garnier Opera House. An overnight stay at the Palace of Versailles. The nuptials took place at the Chateau de Villette, where she wore a made by the House of Dior two-spec dress. Guests were invited to attend a private party at Chanel's Haute Couture headquarters, and they had a lunch at the Eiffel Tower, which is not like how I had lunch at the Eiffel Tower, which is I grabbed a drink. This is real, where Natalie was asleep. I walked to the Eiffel Tower. I had a sandwich from Starbucks.